Well, let's see what I scraped off the cutting room floor today. Found a little. There's a little walkthrough that I started for Fallout Upgraded. It's a mod collection that I have up on Nexus mods right now. It's over 600 mods. And I've been working on stability for quite a bit with this one, but let's go ahead and take a look at it here. I started this walkthrough because I wrote a script to help me create my character because I got so tired of setting my loadout and everything every single time. So, and this script is actually included with my character preset that I have up right now called the Nervant. It looks mini preset up, also up on Nexus. Um, but yeah, it was just a little walkthrough that I did there. And there's actually the final walkthrough videos on there. So if you are interested in using the script, you can check that out. I'll try to make it nice and simple. Um, Basically, all it does is, since the first four digits change, but the rest stay the same for any given item in the game, depending on your loadable changes. Mine was changing a lot because I was trying to work on stability for an entire collection for us. Um, so I was like, yeah, screw it. Well, I've got this advanced, console support, and it's totally for each bot. So much um, but no, just looking like, oh, there's something to see right there, where it comes in, and yeah, the background music might be a little bit annoying. It'll go away soon, but no, just sit here and watch through with you. It's not an incredibly long video. Um, try to finish my chat. Most time just goes loaded up on cold months. Spring is coming and I'm getting older. It sucks more every year. No doubt about it. So yeah, basically it just outfits you with reverse combat armor, a couple of items from the expect fetch fashion, at the top, bomb straps, and Desert Eagle 50 cal. Um, and God, which mod packs from, because there's actually more than one 50 cal that's added. And the Desert Eagle that I added in was all weird. It didn't do the amount of damage that you would expect something shooting a 50 caliber round to do. And yeah, you'll see. So there's a few things that might be a little off balance. This, after all, was months ago. I think this may have been recorded in December or something. I'm still working through the early phases of debugging my collection, and I tell you that can be a real nightmare, especially on a slow internet connection. It's just pulling freaking teeth, man. And oh yeah, gotta love the little little bar. I forgot I even did that. Oh yeah, and so this alternate start intro. I thought that was a pretty neat one. So this one, well, I'm sorry, not alternate start, alternate ending. My bad. Head full of cold medicine again. Um, but yeah, basically, it was geared sort of towards an Institute playthrough. But you could really just go any damn way you want to with it. Of course, it's Fallout 4. You can do whatever the hell you want. But I thought this was a pretty neat take on the intro. The guys did a pretty good job. I mean, a really good job, actually. They just basically hacked up some vanilla assets and then threw it a new voiceover. But still, I think it was a nice approach, especially if you plan on going the synth route. And like since this has come out, I've probably removed a dozen mods. I've probably added twice that, along with patches and everything else. Heck, I think I finally got the approval rating on it up around like 60-70%, which honestly I thought it would take a lot longer for it to get back to that after the initial release of my collection, because at first I didn't quite understand how collections worked with Vortex, and when I created them for my mods, and it used all the defaults, for the installation type,
They needed
and it ended
DNA
up just, I
untainted
mean,
by
it was just,
radiation from
it was
bombs.
a nightmare.
They found me.
You
My
basically had to be
parents were
really
supposed to be
good
kept
at
in cryogenic
troubleshooting
suspension, surely.
uh, load
Backup
orders, mod
may be
setups
required.
to be
Rather
able to
than
even
casting
play the damn
aside what they
thing.
had when they
But my
needed
buddy
it,
Chris,
they raised
uh,
me as one of their own.
Nikon,
I've lived my
I guess I should
entire
call him
life
Nikon.
within the Institute.
Um,
I've
he
suffered.
suffered through a lot of
This is not how
playtesting
I
this
wanted
with
to
me,
tell you.
so I was like, I
But
know I
we're
can get it to
running out
work
of
on my
time.
machine. I want to see if it works on yours. And
None have any true
I mean,
claim
one
to
of the big annoying
nobility in
things
this
is like,
world.
see that big mushroom cloud in
Those
there. Well,
days
it
are
turns
gone.
out there's this
But we,
weather
among
in
the monsters we
NACX
have been cast
that
as.
was dropping massive nukes and just destroying the entire world. It took us forever to figure out where it came from, or even how to just not die when that happens, which now I have a really cool workaround. So if you do want them to keep dropping, it's the ultra, I think it's like the ultra rad or fire star. Oh, hell, I can't even remember now, man. My cold medicine. But you can disable that weather in NACX. But if you want to keep it enabled, just to have fun and maybe blow the entire world up every once in a while, um, I've got the hidden bunker, the hideout mod in there as well, which is super awesome. It comes with a teleport gun, so you can like teleport back to it, from wherever you are. You can set different markers, stuff like that. So basically, if I'm not anywhere near a door where I can get into an interior space, and boom, big bomb goes off, well, I'll just pull out the portal gun and blam, back to safety. Uh, Sleep for the night, come back out. The world's just fine. The world didn't end again. So again, apologize for the sniffles on this one. I've just been freaking miserable all day, man. One thing I definitely was not uh, doing today with my head like this was programming. Flutter is enough to deal with without your head being underwater and in a vise at the same time. So I said screw it and started digging through my cutting room floor. So no doubt I'm probably gonna have to record this again, or maybe not. Maybe I just don't give a crap if it turns out great or not, and I'm just gonna put it up anyway. Because I kind of feel like passing out right now, but I'm stir crazy at the same time. It's so yeah, you can see there's like a ton of stuff in there. True damage, man, it sounded great. It really did, and I liked having it, but there were a couple of issues I had with it. One, it didn't seem to save any I&I settings. Even if I, saved everything in MCM, it was weird. Most of them it keeps, but another problem is that true damage is causing a lot of crashes. So as great as it is to be able to adjust your damage in the world and to be able to do so with such a fine amount of detail, I thought that was really great. This was supposed to be, or really it is, but one of those collections where it's just really, really highly customizable. But yeah, true damage is taken out. Wasn't a stable mod, or at least wasn't stable considering the load order, because it wasn't the only thing that I had in my load order affecting damage scaling. I also had damage scaling and dismemberment in there, which actually it's a little bit it's more simplified, and sometimes honestly simpler is better. So that's the one that I stayed with.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see a little bit later in this when the I think maybe my weapon damage was a little OP. But I've solved that now. I had my issues with bloat flies being bullet sponges, and or the player being a bullet sponge, but I've managed to basically remove all of those, and now it works in a way that people, your toughness, your hit points of you and NPCs don't increase with level. Your skills do, everything else, but not that, because it really doesn't make any sense at all that your level of knowledge or skill would affect how much a 9 millimeter, to your freaking arm does. It's the same damage no matter how long you've been around, honestly. So I always thought that was a problematic mechanic with a lot of game engines there, because I mean, I understood back in the 80s when people were, coding these games, that was the way to level stuff up. But we can do so much more now, to give players advantages as they level up, rather than just make them tougher. Just make the enemies tougher. Like, I think that's just that's actually a really lame way of increasing difficulty. And I think it's much better to give NPCs, your adversaries, maybe some better skills, or higher stats, better weapons, better equipment, stuff like that, than it is just to simply increase numbers and hit points, because it really just screws immersion up after, especially after like level, say like 30-ish, 35-ish, like around there. Then you just like constantly getting these legendary spawns everywhere and huge groups of people, and it's just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I definitely prefer a different method of adding difficulty to this. Now this part right here, I initially included this because this is where you pick up adventures in camping, which is what lets you craft camping kit stuff, pole tents, beds, fire kits, chairs, GPS beacon, all super cool stuff. I really loved it. It really helps when you're doing a deep immersion playthrough, or really any of the levels of immersion that you can create yourself with this collection. Um, but yeah, I thought that really helped with that, because you get stuck out there, you're out in the middle of the world, you're tired, you're suffering from fatigue. Um, you can set up camp. So if you play with the old school uh, survival where you can't save, well, that gives you a way to save. Me personally, I don't. It sucks. It's why I like Fallout in the first place, because I can go back to an old save. I can do dumb shit and just hit quick load and undo dumb shit. So it gives me more of a chance to really explore the dialogue, explore the work that the devs put into these dialogue trees, and put into creating these quests, and see what the different things are, because you don't always want to create a new game and another 20 or 30 or 40 or more hours of gameplay to get to a quest, and then oh, I'll go a different way this time. Like, no, there's just too many options to do like that. State of Decay 2, no saving, no nothing. What you do is permanent. Like, and don't get me started on State of Decay 2. I'll bitch about it all day long, but I'll still play it. But and here, yeah, this of course is going to be crafting the camping stuff there. So, and make sure the boojums there that come out in the beginning of the game aren't around. Always got the two rad roaches, always in the same place. And I'm sure, absolutely sure, there is a mod out there that fixes that. I don't know what it is, man, with all the uh, literally thousands of mods that I've gone through and used. I haven't found one that changes, or that can change the spawn location of the vanilla enemies, which would be really cool. I found one that changed the spawn locations of all the bobbleheads, which I thought was great. It added this new element, to where you're searching, new Easter egg hunt, and they didn't put them in weird ass places. Like, I just ran into them randomly in my standard playthrough stuff. So it was a really great way that they placed that. So props to the creators of that one. Um, and again, 600 plus mods. I can't remember everybody's name. So if you want to see that, you go to Nexus Mods, go to Collections, look for Fallout Upgraded, look at the mod list. You can see the authors, you can see the mods. There's quite a bit there, and I have like a it's like a fucking Bible for my description on the mod page. But I try to make it very clear on that, and I'll try to make it clear now. It's for advanced users. There is no such thing as a drag and drop collection unless it's like 5 freaking mods. Like, by the time you're running hundreds, especially this many, um, it's not drag and drop. You know, there might be a little bit of load order issues. I've tried to address all of those in the collection installer. Make sure it gets that right, or add any pertinent notes to the description. So I know it's super long, um, but think about how long it would take to build a mod setup with over 600 mods that work together by yourself. Compare that to the time it takes to read the description. It's really not that much time when you think about it. So, yeah, it's definitely a big benefit. I've tried to keep that edited. Initially, I told people to clean all their mods. The FMV edit, clean everything. Okay, that was stupid. That wasn't a great idea. That's not the best way to go. There are a few mods that should be cleaned. There are a few that should not be cleaned. Loot will tell you all of the ones that need to be cleaned, and if they don't, they will tell you that. And that's all the previs stuff, by the way. Spoiler: don't clean previs mods ever, and don't clean your DLCs either. That was stupid. That screws it up if you're using Texture Optimization Project, which I have a walkthrough on. The idea was to try to get a load order that not only was stable but also wasn't a massive hit on performance, and I managed to do really well on that end actually. On my machine, I play probably around 48 frames. In fact, I capped it at that because I end up landing between 45 and 60, depending on where I am anyway. But with mine, I was running ENB, I was running an ACX, I was running Weathers, I was, yeah, there's another one in here you may have already noticed, Pine Forest redone, there's more trees, but I was also running that with the extra fog plug-in for it, so basically it was just like super, super, super loaded down. However, if I didn't add, and on a side note, yes, all those visuals, those are in Fallout Upgraded environment and visual. It's a separate collection. I decided to keep all of that separate for the very reason of performance. Um, so if you've got a beast of a computer, go ahead, grab that. Grab Fallout Upgrade environment and visuals. You'll love it. And if you're familiar with ENB, you can do anything you want to with that, or you don't use it at all. That's totally up to you, man. I like having options. That's a good thing about this one. Um, but yeah, and also have you see this right here? I just pulled in was one of the early iterations of Minerva's Red Rocket. That is a transfer settlement blueprints that you can find. Guess where? On Nexus. Um, and it was a pretty cool one. Since then, it's come a very long way. I still have my pride and joy, which is the cabin on top of the truck you'll see there in a minute. But I have added sim settlements too. Now, I did not include sim settlements in my collection for a lot of reasons. Me personally, I love playing with it. I love sim settlements, but it's script heavy. I mean, and if you don't have a beast of a CPU and a beast of a GPU, it's going to make life suck. When I was running my 980 Ti in this settlement with sim settlements running, I probably had about 20 people in there. I was maybe getting like 12, 17 frames per second. So yeah, it's a real beast on your system. It's not nice, but it's just such a great mechanic. So like any smart gamer, I got a 3060. Got something that can handle it, and so that runs that quite a bit better. But yeah, I would say with the collection load this big, if you're going to run upgraded environment and visuals, if you're going to run that with ENB, just go full tilt with everything. I would suggest 3060 Ti or higher. My 3060 couldn't quite keep up to the level I wanted it to, even with overclocking. It still just fell a little bit short, whereas a TI would have done it perfectly. And I was totally wrong about the house. I guess I didn't import my settlement into this gameplay. Well, I guess we'll just have to watch another video for that one then. So, but I'll promise not too much longer on this anyway. But it's just a day one playthrough. Just to show that basic character generation, and that script I showed at the beginning, just to kind of go back to that. That also has some gentle cheats in it. It bumps up, I think, perception and charisma by one, and it gives you the Black Widow and Animal Friend perks at level one right out the gate. Because the whole idea was, I, it may be obvious to some older nerds out there, I modeled her after Purgatory. Um, it's an old comic, check it out. But the whole idea is like, well, okay, she's like this demon in Purgatory, so she's gonna be able, I've always been able to commune with animals and influence men and stuff like that. So, I just like adding little stupid role playing tweaks to my games like that and such. Yeah. Oh, I forgot all about this two-toned option I had in Fall UI too. Um, I love that one, man. I like Fall UI. It's pretty awesome. The vanilla UI was all right, but I like the flexibility that Fall UI gives you. So if you haven't messed with that one, totally do it. It's totally worth it. I'm gonna take a sip of my generic energy drink. You have no idea what's in this can. Yeah, yeah, that's right. On the Black Widow Pit Boy, man, I freaking love that one. Drinking animations. That is one of the small mods in this game that has made me so happy. Was the hands when running, the drinking and eating animations. Those are great. If you really want to get into immersiveness, I have Advanced Need 76 in there, so many of you already know. Um, but in that one, I mean, it can go as far as, you know, you need to go shit sometimes, and you get bed bugs, and you get cold. Oh, hey, buddy. I think it might be the first guy we ran into. I think we should say hi.
Excuse me.
Man, that was really good. Why did he put his gun away? That was not smart. Uh, oh God, yeah, and I can see the little sparkling and popping I have back there, and um, I guess I'll try to add a warning into the beginning of this video. I'll try to remember to add a warning in, even if I got to edit that sucker in for anybody who's photosensitive. That was obviously a result of overclocking my 980 Ti that I had when I recorded this. But yeah, I solved it with the get another graphics card. So yeah, and see now you see that's a little OP, dude. I mean, one bullet to drop a rad stag. Yeah, that's as bad as 10 to drop a bloatfly. So the way it's been re-geared and rebalanced at this point in this current iteration, I think now I'm on like version 23 or 24, something like that, or revision. But now, if you're using a pistol, it's gonna take you like at least a whole clip to drop a rad stag, probably two clips. Just like in IRL, if you were trying to take down a friggin' doe with a 45, dude, you're gonna be at it for a minute. Um, However, you shoot a bloat fly and it goes pop, as it should be, because they're fucking fly, man. They're not supposed to be badasses. Let's see what's down here. And behind door number one lies death. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Jump on Vortex. Check out my collection, man. And if you made it this far, God, you must have some serious insomnia issues. See you next round.